all the investigations by the NFL office into New England and what they were doing, then all the times he just said, F you, I'm not going to cooperate. I mean, bro, he's got a rap sheet this long. That's the reason why the second winningest coach all time does not have a job and had to go to college. Lamar is playing at a higher level than he played at for the previous two, and that should be able to dictate him getting MVP number 3.
LeBron said it's still the NBA's day.
Yes, next year Christmas is on Thursday. We already play on Thursday, so we'll be playing again next year. Let me tell you something. If the NFL is on and another NBA is on, LeBron is somehow watching both or watching the NFL, especially if it's the Cowboys getting smacked.
All right, guys, welcome to episode Fully Loaded here with Chris Carter. How you doing, man?
Good, bro. What's happening?
Minnesota Vikings.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Happy Hanukkah. Festivus, whatever you celebrate. I said to Chris before we started, I said, man, what if you got to tell him, I said, what if the Vikings win the Super Bowl and Ohio State wins the national championship? What'd you say?
Next, baby Jesus would be at the footstool of my bed saying, now it's time to take you to your maker. Be like, let's go, bro. It's trying to roll out everything.
This is everything you got,
used
bro.
It all up in 1 year.
This is the culmination of everything.
Yes.
So, all right, so we're going to talk. I want to start with Bill Belichick.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear what Chris Sims said about him?
No, what he said.
I'm going to read it real quick.
Okay.
He said that somebody asked him a question about him coaching the NFL. And he said, did I think there'd be a team out there that would latch on to Belichick? I did think eventually there would be, but I'm not shocked that the NFL rejected him. His age, his control, his demeanor, everything that comes along with him. Yeah, there's going to be some organizations that are going to be like, we don't want to deal with that. We don't know how much longer he's going to coach, and we're not going to give him free reign to take over everything if he's only going to be here for a little bit. So, he talked about Belichick. This is the other aspect. Belichick has treated most of the NFL like shit for the last 20 years.
Well, welcome to the party, Chris Sims. That's exactly what Chris Carter said.
Before Chris Sims.
Yes. I mean, that's who the guy is.
Correct.
I mean, all the investigations by the NFL office into New England and what they were doing, then all the times he just said, F you. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not going to cooperate. I mean, bro, he's got a rap sheet.
Correct.
That's long. That's the reason why the second winningest coach all time does not have a job and had to go to college.
Mm-hmm.
That was not his choice. It was forced.
Correct. But when he was winning, everybody just kept letting him win.
Well, it wasn't like the whole league was letting him win. This was a deal between him and Kraft.
But that's what I'm saying.
But if you look at the bottom line,
correct,
you've had a bunch of people at different companies run your companies. And you might not have liked their style, but if they were successful, you were going to allow it. If they were bringing home Lombardies,
100%,
and you were under the salary cap,
100%,
you weren't paying Tom Brady to be one of the elite quarterbacks, and you're getting him at home discount. Why would you stop that?
Dude, I wouldn't. All right, UNC. Here's their schedule next year. Why don't you tell me how many wins they're going to have?
Okay.
Okay. They got TCU, Charlotte, Richmond, UCF, California, NC State, Clemson, Duke, Stanford, Virginia, Syracuse, Wake Forest. 12 games.
8-4, 7-5.
8-4, 7-5.
Right. And the reason, now listen, when we originally started talking about Belichick, I had said I didn't think he would be successful.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to change that a little bit. I think that he can have moderate success because North Carolina is not as hard of a job as when Deion took over Colorado.
Correct.
All right? And within a 5-hour car ride, a 360-degree around Chapel Hill, there's a lot of good football players.
And there's a lot of bad football teams.
Yes.
In that area.
And the ACC's not that tough.
It's not good at all.
The one thing that I didn't guesstimate was how much the university was going to understand to get him. Not only you have to pay him, but you have to pay his staff and then the NIL. Their ability to be able to compete NIL, that will bring kids to Chapel Hill. Now, I don't think Belichick is going to have a hard time adjusting to the 20 hours a week that a student athlete can be on the field and train.
Maybe he just violate the rules again.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Maybe he just do what he wants.
There is no
Belichick will do exactly what he wants.
He'll do what Harbaugh did, and then
and then he'll go back to the NFL.
Go back to the NFL. Yeah. Yes.
All right. So MVP, you got Lamar Jack. By the way, I didn't realize how good. I knew he was having a phenomenal season. So he's at 3,900 and change passing yards, 850 rushing yards, 43 touchdowns. Josh Allen's at 3,500 passing yards, 514 rush yards, 38 total touchdowns. You got Barkley, who's already rushed for 1,800 yards, almost 6 yards a carry, 13 rushing touchdowns. Is Josh Allen really running away with this MVP thing?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Lamar already has 2 MVPs.
Okay.
He's having the best season he's ever had. Why would I say that? Not only does he have 800 yards rushing, but his QBR is the second all-time to Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers did have QBR number 1 all-time and number 2. Right now, Lamar is number 2 in between Aaron Rodgers.
Really?
There's a reason why Aaron Rodgers got those MVPs. He's the most accurate quarterback in the history and takes care of the football better than any other quarterback. So we act as if those 800 yards don't mean a lot. So he's also early in his career passed Michael Vick for all-time rushing yards for a quarterback. So, no, he's definitely not running away with it. Lamar is playing at a higher level than he played at for the previous 2, and that should be able to dictate him getting MVP number 3.
He is impressive to watch.
Yes.
Bro, how much weight did he lose from this season to last?
I don't know if it's necessarily weight
How much
gain or
better
loss. I
shape
just
he
think
got?
the way he has just tightened up his game.
He was that fast last year? He was running 20, whatever he's running.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with your cable, bro. He's been that fast since Boynton Beach. He's been that fast. Louisville, bro. Every time he get on the TV, it's like, is that fast motion?
That is.
No, he's the deal, man.
It is that fast.
I never thought he would be this good in the pocket.
He's unbelievable.
Like, he is a pure pocket passer who's electric when he runs the ball. And maybe later in his career, but what he has done is, like, we saw running quarterbacks in the 80s, and people talk about Randall Cunningham and Steve Young, and then Michael Vick came after that. But he is an enhanced version of Randall Cunningham and Michael Vick.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
he's ridiculous
special
to watch.
football player.
All right, so should the NBA be concerned now that the NFL is on Christmas Day? LeBron said it's still the NBA's day. How about this? 24 million people on Netflix. Chiefs, Steelers, Ravens, Texans. What's going to happen next year? Can they compete? Are you getting some good stat, or are you just looking at your phone?
No, bro.
Are you getting some research?
Next year, Christmas is, yes, next year Christmas is on Thursday.
Okay.
We already play on Thursdays.
Correct.
So we'll be playing again next year. And now we got a new broadcast partner in Netflix.
Oh, my God.
And it lets you know, remember the fight on Netflix, Mike
When
Tyson?
you couldn't watch it?
Oh, yeah, the Netflix fixed that
They
before the
fixed it.
NFL
I
because
watched
they know
it.
they would have got crucified.
I didn't miss a beat. Nothing paused.
No, Netflix is here to stay. That is a winner. Not only the game, but the entertainment around it. Beyonce.
Yeah, it was like a miniature Super Bowl. Watch the entertainment.
I've never seen a black woman on a horse.
And they're in Houston, and all stuff says Cowboys.
Bruh.
There's Cowboys everywhere.
I mean,
Yeah, she was doing her thing, bro.
yeah, Mariah Carey before the game.
Yeah.
I mean, the economics behind it to really entertain people. Yes, I do know the NBA. Christmas has been the NBA, but that's the start of the NBA season.
Correct.
We're fighting for playoff spots, and the viewership showed that against college, against the NBA. Undefeated champ is still the NFL.
Correct. Any day of the week, any holiday of the year, it don't
Yes,
matter.
man. We don't.
I
You
love-
can't mess with the product.
I love LeBron's optimism, but and they did have a good game. The Lakers, Warriors had a good game, but it still ain't like watching an NFL
Let me
game.
tell you something. If the NFL is on and another NBA is on, LeBron is somehow watching both or watching the NFL. Especially if it's the Cowboys getting smacked.
Makes sense to me. So, all right. So Eric Dickerson, and I don't know, he says that Saquon, he said that he doesn't think he's going to break his record. I don't think he'll break it, which I don't know. But if he breaks it, he breaks it. But do I want him to break it? Absolutely not. I don't pull no punches on that, but I'm not whining about it. Now, he's got, what's he got? He needs to they have one more week, right? He said one more week than Eric did.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
One more week.
17 game schedule compared to 16. Yes.
And with the way he's running the ball now, he's probably, as long as he stays healthy and keeps playing, going to break this record.
Well, going against the Cowboys, and then potentially could be rested if they have home field advantage going against his team and the Giants at home.
Oh, I'd
to
like
break
to see
the
him play
record.
that. I'd love to see him break it.
Oh, I'm all
them.
for that. I'm getting ready to smash it.
Dude, are you kidding
I
me?
would normally be taking the week off, but I got to go into the head coach's office and talk to him. And it's going to go like this. Do we need to talk?
Because I'm playing. Yeah.
You only get these opportunities.
That's a light. Well, I mean, how often do you get to do that?
And because they're going to get the bye week, I want to still stay fresh and tuned up with the rest of the offensive players.
Which means
now,
I want to break the record against my former
and
team.
if Jalen Hurt is not in the game,
you need me.
Because absolutely, I'm definitely getting ready to break this against my Giants. Let's go back and watch those videos again when they tried to clown him when they were getting rid of him, and we can't sign you because of what do they call him, Danny Rusty Nickel or whatever, Rusty
Dimes,
Penny.
bro,
yeah,
Dimes. Danny
no.
Dimes, your boy.
No, counterfeit.
None of one of your guys. So the Eagles coach, after the game, he got an argument with Ertz. Did you see that? Look at his face. He said he didn't like the way he high-fived him. And then, so Sirianni, am I saying that right? Sirianni?
Yeah, Nick Sirianni.
Nick Sirianni?
Yes.
He got in his face, started screaming at him about what he didn't do during the game and how much he didn't play. And is somebody eventually going, like, can you imagine another head coach for a team you played for after you walk by him in the game, jumping in your face, screaming at you and talking shit after the game?
No, that wouldn't happen to me.
No, that wouldn't happen to you.
It wouldn't have happened to me.
Mm-mm. What would happen if somebody attempted to do that to you?
Well, for one, if he would have spoke to me in a disrespectful fashion, I would have addressed that.
Yeah.
I would have asked them, how many kids do you have? Are they on the motherfucking sideline? Because I ain't one of your kids, okay, for sure.
Correct.
And I have never done anything would have you talk to me that way anyway. And
Correct.
if you want to get something out of me, let me tell you a better way to do that.
Dude, I just don't understand it. When does he stop doing the stupid shit? He just can't.
He's done 5 or 6 some of the dumbest things you ever heard.
That's what I'm saying.
This season. I mean, he's got an unbelievable roster. He's got unbelievable support. They make money. Got a great fan base. Got a good quarterback.
So what's the problem? You got it all. You just got to screw it up.
Lack of grown man leadership. Like, he is not born to do this job. Now, he might get on the job training to allow him, because he does have some talent.
Obviously.
But now, when you start getting in the critical games, when you start getting, last year he mismanaged his roster. He lost the whole team.
Yeah.
They lost all those games in a row. So those are signs of lack of strong leadership. And then you get sound bites after the game. You see him during the game. Earlier in the season, he's yelling at the fans, Philly fans.
Correct.
1 is an accident, 2 is a trend, 3, you got issues.
You know what's going on.
Okay, so this is who he is. So we shouldn't be shocked by that.
I'm not shocked, but I'm still entertained by it.
You're shocked at a head coach.
He's going to jump in the wrong guy's face.
Well, they got all kind of security and everything. Trust me, he's got
Big Nick. What's that guy's name?
a high-profile courage.
What's that guy's name he got following around? Big what? The guy that what's his name? Dom? Big Dom.
Oh, yeah. Big Dom is not having that.
No, Big Dom got right in the middle of that. He broke him up.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he ain't playing that
all
game.
the time.
Big Dom got it.
Yeah. He's a perfect guy for the job.
Because he needs all the help he can get. So, all right. So Stephen A. Stephen A. was talking about Travis Hunter and his fiance, and everybody needs to leave her alone and stop bothering her, which I hard to not agree with that. Leave her alone about her past. Stop sending every picture, every video she's ever done, every text message she's ever done. And then somebody said that Deion had to ask her to stand up, whether he did or didn't, at the Heisman and all that. Dude, should everybody, these Bow Wow, these other people, these comedians are talking shit about her. And then I think it was Deion's son. It was bro, if you got a problem or have a suggestion for him, call him. Don't be tweeting stuff and putting it on X. If you think you know something that can help him out, call him instead of doing all this. Outside of Travis Hunter being so unbelievable, Heisman, why is everybody put so much focus on his damn fiance? Is it this out of control? What's the deal? If it was your son, would you be like, hey, son, you got the wrong one?
Well, this is the thing, bro. We all come from somewhere. All right, we all have a past. We all have text messages. We all
100%,
have past
100%,
relationships. We all
100%.
have stuff that
everybody
maybe that that as we get older, been not as tasteful as I like to do it.
Yep, understood.
You know what I'm saying? But as a young couple, man, they deserve a chance to be happy.
Correct.
Now, the thing about Travis, he is such a nice guy. People feel as if they're going to intervene so he doesn't get taken advantage of.
To protect him.
But you can't protect him. You don't know him.
Correct.
Like, you don't know what he wants.
And you don't know what's going on.
We have no clue. But, I mean, I don't know how you can meet up with a 20-year-old woman unless you found her at the doorstep of a nunnery and think that she ain't going to have some type of history, bro.
He said nunnery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I try to tell guys all the time in the league, man. They'll be bringing the girls up into the lounge. I'll be like, hey, bro, she been in the lounge before. She know how to get here. She didn't have lounge passes. You know, you this year's draft pick, but
that's right. She been here before.
She been tapping
She'll be
into
here
the
again.
draft. Absolutely, that's legendary around sports. It's legendary around music.
Yeah.
Like, people want to be with people that are doing something. Mm-hmm. Why wouldn't we think people wouldn't want to be with Travis Hunter? And why are people hating on his girl because she's supporting him, regardless of what her past was? Mm-hmm. Regardless, she has a right to have a past, because if he had a past, which he does, you know, the internet wouldn't be bringing up his past the way they bring it. It's such a double standard for men and women.
100%.
I mean, all the time.
100%.
You know, but
No doubt.
she is doing a good job of maximizing who her guy is, because she was at Jackson State, she was at Colorado, and the life that they live under the public scrutiny is difficult to impossible, and they pulled it off.
Yeah.
Because he's the best player in college football.
No doubt about it.
That's the only thing they can say about Travis that's a negative. Oh, what about his girlfriend? And you know, I don't look at that as a negative.
Hey, that's when you're doing well in life, when that's all they got.
That's it.
That's all they got. And it's about her having a pass like every other person in the entire world. The Bears, did you watch the game last night? Bro, help me. Help me understand how they mismanaged the clock like that. Help me. Because they got rid of the other guy, so he's gone. Can't be his fault. What is the problem?
Well, they fired several coaches.
Not enough, obviously.
So when you're on the sideline, you start running out of smart people that know exactly what to do. The head coach right now is overwhelmed. Mm-hmm. He's being the head coach and the interim head coach and the offensive coordinator. And you could see that he missed management. Caleb is a young quarterback. He doesn't know. Typically, the veteran quarterbacks, they have more of a handle on it. And this is what happens when you're losing. All those little things, you don't do them right. It's so hard to be able to throw the ball out of bounds, be effective in a 2-minute drive, get a good play call. I mean, he missed some guys that were wide open.
Yeah.
So he's starting to press. The coach is pressing. The team's pressing, because they could have fired the coach before the season.
Correct.
You cannot have a defensive-minded coach who you don't believe in take over when you're drafting a quarterback the first pick. Like, he was already dead. Mm-hmm. So now it plays out that they're going to have to change the whole organization. So I hope they get it right. Ryan Pace, the general manager, good friend of mine. Kevin Warren is the president of the team, former Big Ten commissioner. So they got good people in charge, but, man, they have made systematically bad decision after bad decision after bad decision. There really is only one coach to hire for this job.
Who's that?
That's Ben Johnson, a Detroit offensive coordinator.
Really? Why is he such a great fit for the job?
Did you see that damn play they ran last week where the guys fell on the damn ground?
I did see that.
I've never seen that in football.
Yeah.
And for them to run that play and say, guess what, we got more plays. I mean, they're throwing to the offensive lineman down in the red zone. But not only is he the guy for Caleb, just like he was for Jared Goff in the transition from the L.A. Rams to the Detroit, but it weakens the Lions.
Yeah, correct, 100%.
Like, so he turned down jobs last year. That is the perfect job for him with that quarterback, and it weakens the Lions.
You ain't got nowhere to go
it's
but up.
It's a no-brainer.
You got nowhere to go but up either.
It's a no-brainer.
The more I think about it, when you talk about that, like, what did y'all do last year? What am I coming into, and where can I take this team?
Right. And then the second one will be Cliff Kingsbury, offense coordinator for Washington.
Yeah.
You know, I believe he did a respectable job with Kyler Murray. I believe he'll be better the second time around. And what he's doing with Caleb, I mean, there in Washington it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal to see him play comfortable. It's hard to believe he was the second pick.
Correct.
And was the first pick.
I know.
When you watch it, like
it's not even close though. When you watch it,
no.
Like there's nothing in common.
No, the guy's got 5 game-winning drives.
And why did they say he wasn't number 1 pick? What were they saying about him?
I think his ability to ad-lib. To me, Daniels was such a better athlete running. I mean, like he ran a sub 4.6 40. Yeah. Like to me, his ability to be able to run with the ball was better than Caleb. I don't like that ad-libbing. That in the NFL does not mean success.
Mm-hmm. So, did you watch the Aaron Rodgers thing on Netflix?
I didn't watch it.
I'm gonna tell you something, dude. You know, I'm not remotely. I'm not a fan, but I'm not remotely like in his corner. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I'm gonna watch this shit and see if it makes any sense to me. Like, if I like him,
should I watch it?
Yes. And here's why: because I was trying to figure out, will I find a way to dislike him less if I want? And I not as a just like in his persona, the way he carries himself around everybody else. And dude, you know what it taught me? First of all, when you don't know somebody, sometimes you gotta tell yourself, shut the fuck up. Like the diva stuff, all this stuff, that makes sense. Like there's no confusion in that. But you realize it was actually, I got one more episode. There's 3. I watched the first 2. Now, he's a fucking fucked up cat.
Really?
Yo, I know you already knew, but like when you watch it, you'll be like, yo, he was even more fucked up than I thought he was. When he's walking around his barefoot and his ayahuasca and the teepee and the this and the smoke thing and the laying in the river with these people, and he's a different dude. But I didn't realize like how people can be so fucked up about what they did or didn't get from their family. And I guess I have a social work degree. I got a degree in psychology, master. I get all that, but I'm kind of like, dude, you're out here winning and kicking ass and doing all those other things, but you're a train wreck inside. Like it really bothers you that stuff's happening. Like it was. I think you should watch it. I think it was good. I think you should watch it.
Okay. Well, let me tell you something about talent.
Go ahead.
Talent typically is going to find its way out. So even if you listen to some great musicians, bizarre upbringings, bizarre athletes, coaches, bizarre. But their talent, because that becomes their safe place. Mm-hmm. Like regardless of how bad it is at home, that when they go on the field or when they're in the arena, it's like, man, this is what I was meant to do. And just because you're talented like that, as soon as you come out of the light, that anointing is gone, and you are just as normal and screwed up as anybody else.
And when you watch it, I guess the stuff that happened with him wasn't a big deal.
Well, everybody ain't.
That's
what
my
you
point.
Consider. Everyone don't.
That's
everyone
what I
can't
realized.
Drop the anchor. There's a lot of people. To me, I say it all the time. I believe that every young boy should get hit right in the face one time when he was
100%.
young. So then he would have to make a judgment. Either what did I do?
Yep.
Or if this ever happened, how do I defend myself?
Correct.
Because
hey, by the way, or did I fucking like it? Or did I like the taste of my own fucking blood? Did I enjoy that?
I'm just going to tell you, I do believe that would be a game changer.
Yes.
And adversity and how people respond to adversity is just so drastic from a scale of 1 to 10, how they react to it. To me, when bad things happen, I always would say good because I knew some good could come out of it. Mm-hmm. And, I grew up very, very poor, but I knew something good was going to come out of it. My mom got kicked out of high school when she was 16, but I knew something good was going to come out of it. And I never used what happened as an excuse. I used that as fuel why I got to make it compared to, this is the reason why I'm this way. No, I'm screwed up because, a lot of things did happen, but that's a legitimate excuse, and I don't even accept that for my future.
Correct.
Because I expect myself to be successful and to be more than an overcomer.
Correct. It was interesting. I think I'd love to hear your take on it. I think it'd be interesting to watch. All right. So, flagging a play or not. You like this? You agree with it or not? Right? We've already talked about. I can't believe we're going to talk about this again. Are the Cowboys going to keep McCarthy? They're winning some games now. Is there even a chance that they just decide to give him another contract?
This is the thing. McCarthy recently hired Tom Brady's agent. I think it's something Chi or something like that. So at the end of the season, his contract is up. So unless Jerry signs him.
Do you think Jerry's going to sign him?
He might end up going to the Raiders. Don Yee, yeah.
Who?
Don Yee, Tom Brady's agent.
Good. That was quick. He's getting on it. He's got his phone. He's dying for you to say something so he can pull it up. All right, so he signed it. So you don't think he'd want to resign with the Cowboys if Jerry came to him and said, "Bro, I want you back"?
Man, if somebody played you like this and played you out to the and then turned,
I
could go to the Raiders.
I'm not saying should he.
I could go to the Raiders with Tom Brady and try to get a quarterback and get a fresh start.
Then he should go.
Man, I'm out.
But do you think Jerry Jones himself should try to resign? Forget about what he's going to do, McCarthy.
What choice does he have?
There ain't nobody else
besides Dion. What choice does he have?
It ain't Belichick. How about your guy from the Lions? How about your guy
Aaron Glenn?
How about your guy Kingsbury? How about them guys? Why can't what? They won't come over there and coach team?
Because Jerry doesn't know if he can control them the way he can control.
So he's got to find somebody he can control.
Yes.
And they're very few and far between.
Yes.
Or that are good. So all right. He's
going to be the general manager. That is certain.
So he ain't going to be back. McCarthy ain't going to be back to Cowboys.
I'm saying that the Raiders could be in play. I just read that he had signed with Brady's agent. That's new news.
Got it.
Tom Brady said he is going to be involved. My man, Piehead, whatever his name is. What's his name?
Who?
My man that owns the Raiders.
Davis?
Yeah, Mark Davis.
Piehead.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said they just
he said Tom's going to be involved in the decision making.
Probably can't hurt.
I love Antonio Pierce, man. That's my guy. But Tom Brady is part of the ownership. His agent just signed McCarthy. I mean, bro, it's smoke, man. It's smoke. Something in the woodpile not clean.
Something's burning. Benching Kirk Cousins from Michael Penix. That was a good decision for the Falcons?
Didn't I tell you there was going to be trouble in Atlanta?
You did tell me.
At the beginning.
You told me John Gruden was wrong talking shit about how Penix couldn't play. There was something wrong with him. That's why they didn't play him.
Yeah, that's why he was the 8th pick. But
correct.
Kirk Cousins, I think, at 36 with an Achilles, like, how many more years is he going to play? And I do believe that Kirk Cousins' play was elevated by KO, the head coach in Minnesota. Look what he's doing with Sam.
It's unbelievable.
Now, people just thought that Kirk Cousins was a great quarterback.
He got paid like he was.
Well, the system that he was in and KO and the offensive personnel, I believe, because since he's left there, he struggled. And I'm not surprised, and Kirk Cousins will be up for foreclosure sale this offseason. Michael Penix is going to be the quarterback of the Atlanta Falcons.
Foreclosure sale.
Yes.
He got a good – it wasn't foreclosure last year.
He got $100 million guaranteed. Yeah, somebody's going to be trying to foreclose on that.
Vikings helped him out, get paid. All right, Devontae Adams going to be back with the Jets next year?
I don't know what the contract says, but he has played impressive enough the last 3 weeks. Yes, I like him to come back.
Will Rodgers be back?
No.
No.
Well, you know that they asked him, "Are you coming back?" He said, "Ask Woody Johnson." So him and Woody Johnson hadn't had that conversation. So Woody hadn't talked to him.
Correct. He ain't come back.
I don't. Why would you bring him back?
I wouldn't, dude.
Why would you
Even
do
after
that?
I watched his Netflix thing, I still wouldn't bring his ass back. All right, Super Bowl. Who we got now another week? You still got your Vikings.
No. When are we going to, first of all, let's just go over to the AFC.
Okay.
They've clinched home field.
Chiefs.
I've been saying it all season. You guys, no. Don't poo-poo Kansas City. They're going for 3 in a row, dog.
When did I poo-poo Kansas City?
No, I'm putting you because you have to represent the public because I can't speak to the public.
Got it. My bad.
All right?
Sorry.
So I got you
We,
in place.
the public, have thought they weren't going to get it. We're mad they're only winning by 3 points. We're upset.
Everyone
they're cheating.
Thank you.
They get an advantage. They get the flags.
Everything's going their way.
So you're saying, screw me, screw the public. Y'all wrong. They're going again. Are they going to three-peat?
Everything that has happened against them since they won number 2. Yes.
Did you see what Schefter said when he was on? He said, y'all are surprised They gave him a red velvet cake. Andy Reid already had a Santa Claus outfit. Like, y'all think it's scripted. They just win. They're just going to win. The NFL was like, here, let's make the cake for them red. They're going to win.
Did you see the equipment guy popped out of the thing as the elf? Oh, my God. They are balling on
love
those,
that.
man.
You love that. You love that shit.
No other professional sports team could do that on Christmas, man. Andy Reid,
he makes it perfect Santa, bro.
He almost passed out. He's like, listen, this thing is hot.
They took the cake, and Mahomes said, bro, I'm watching my figure.
Right.
And he said, but we'll bring it to Coach.
I mean,
Coach will take care of the red
Travis
velvet cake.
Kelce, 1,000 receptions in his career. I mean, they are doing it, and they're going to rest.
Yeah.
Their defense is good. And their offensive line, even with the injuries, is better than it was 3 years ago when they lost to Tampa Bay. The Super Bowl they lost was because the quarterback didn't have a chance. The other ones, if he's in the game at the end, he's going to win. Kansas City is still the favorite to win the Super Bowl.
And Mahomes is still your pick to have the ball in his hands in the game over Josh Allen, despite how good everybody's. If you get to pick one guy that had the ball in his hands, that quarterback
listen,
position.
I'm not going to say just Patrick Mahomes. I am going to say Andy Reid.
Okay.
Because if you look at the plays that they have run in the fourth quarter of the last two Super Bowls, if you look at how they get out of jams, if you look at how he's given Spagnuolo control of that defense they have an elite defense, even though they have the best quarterback. Chris Jones building that defense around him, paying him money last year when he was holding out. They didn't have to do that. How they've structured this team from a financial standpoint. That's why Andy Reid is the best, and what they're doing as an organization is the best in sports.
So that's your AFC. NFC?
I mean, Philadelphia has to be the favorite. I believe that they are a little bit better than Minnesota. If Minnesota can get home field advantage, then it's a different game.
Okay.
If they can win the last two games and Philly slip up, that means they have to beat Green Bay, Minnesota, and also Detroit. Green Bay and Detroit. That's what Minnesota's got to do. Philly has got a really easy schedule to get home field advantage, but Jalen Hurts has a concussion.
Correct.
So I do believe home field advantage will get that team with the bye into the Super Bowl.
Okay. No Lions.
I don't see Minnesota going to Philly beating them.
Okay.
In the NFC
And
NFC Championship.
You don't see the Lions in that mix either.
No, I do believe that the Lions are there, but they're tied with Philly. Too many injuries on defense, and the lack of a consistent pass rush with Hutchinson being out.
Yeah. All right, last thing, Monday Night Football. You got Detroit at San Fran. Detroit is giving 3.5.
Yeah, they got to win, man. San
Detroit.
Francisco, man. I went to the Dolphins game last week against San Francisco.
I know.
The last 3 to 5 years, Philadelphia and San Francisco have had the best roster in the NFL. Mm-hmm. With all the injuries, all the wholesale changes, they are not a top 5 team from a talent standpoint with all the injuries. So they are a different football team now. Not an elite defense, and without the playmakers, that offense, man, is just a shell, a shell of itself.
So Detroit covers.
Yes, covers on Monday night.
What do you think about Brock Purdy's future? Last question.
I think his future is bright. He went from Mr. Irrelevant, went to the Super Bowl, also recovered from that horrific arm injury in the NFC Championship in Philadelphia 2 years ago. So he's going to get a max contract. He deserves it. He's been playing on basically the minimum as a 7th-round draft pick. So, yeah, he's going to get paid. They got to pay him. And once they pay him, their window for a Super Bowl, like it was like that far open, so move your damn hands because it can as soon as they sign it, snatch your hands
they
back.
Got shot now.
It's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're not going to be able to keep all the big people that they have. They spent a lot of money on their offensive defensive line the last several years. They won't be able to do that anymore.
Yeah. Well, Cris Carter, Shawn, Meaike, we appreciate you jumping on. Hope you have a great holiday. Happy New Year. Thanks for supporting Fully Loaded. Like, subscribe, share, and we'll talk to y'all soon. Thanks, guys.